nobody's really saying it because nobody wants to say it. Because if you say the college football season is doubtful, then the thought police comes after you for disregarding the nation opening. But privately, many people are starting to doubt.
These aren't Major League Baseball players or pro football players. These are student athletes.
I think you just have to look and see what's reported and how these schools are keeping their players safe.
The thought of no football on Saturdays in the fall is
Do the football players
depressing.
you've talked to them, do they care one way or the other?
Right now, these colleges have to be scared.
So much money at stake, which is why these leagues
All of this could effectively end the Dogs' season.
Look at the things that we're doing now, the conversations that we're having.
University of Washington football team is extremely excited to get back to normal here.
This is probably like the worst year for him to become a head coach.
And obviously an extraordinary year.
The playbook on how this is all going to work out is still unwritten.
We're just following the rules that were laid out there in front of us.
Normally we would have brought you guys into training camp, got to bond with you guys, bond with the rest of the team. But it is what it is. This is where we're at right now. Now hopefully today we're going to get some really good news, and then we're going to get ready for whatever season that comes, whether it starts in October, November, or January. At some point we're going to play a game.
Unbelievable. I can't imagine what his situation is like, you know, all the responsibility and all the change and expectations and changing. It's been unbelievable to watch and think about how he's handled it.
After everything, the season getting canceled, the craziness that happened in July, I mean, he basically adapted to the situation and just took it head on. So I mean, I just have a lot more respect for him now. Just being able to be adaptive, which they all teach us here, but to really see it like he's practicing what he's preached.
But every day you got to come here, you got to come to work to get better.
He's done great. I mean, you couldn't ask for more from a coach to be put in that position in the middle of a pandemic. I have so much respect for Coach Lake, and I appreciate everything that he does for the program and all of us. You know, I love his mentality. I can really get behind a guy like that.
Honestly, couldn't have done any better. He's kept us all motivated. Anything that we could do to help out in the outside world and in the locker room and here to just be better people. This whole year, COVID started, and there was a lot of riots and stuff for Black Lives Movement, and a lot of racial discrimination in our country going on. And it was awesome to really have team meetings and just talk about those things and open up and have people open up about tough conversations in front of the team.
And the more education we can have, that will stamp out racism.
Just for all of us to learn as one big group, become more aware, and just be better people overall, just from learning about other people's experiences and being able to take those into the real world. He's definitely done a great job of life coaching and coaching on the field.
We're all going to have each other's back. Some adversity is going to happen on Saturday. It's going to happen. Adversity didn't happen in 2020, but it's going to happen in the game. And the toughest team that responds will win the game. Will win the game because it's not going to go perfect. As great as you guys are practicing, great ones respond, and they don't flinch. They do not flinch.
I'm very pleased, and our staff is very pleased for how hard those guys worked in those 4 games, how they prepared and practiced.
We're so lucky as a program to have him, and the energy he brings, and the positivity and the fight and the motivation. I can't imagine a better coach to go through this with.
You need to bring everything you got in these next 3 hours. The most energy that we've brought all year long.
I think it was just a reflection of how our whole team was, because it starts with him. Just laying bricks, as he says, you know. I think just the positivity he gave us in every meeting with whatever we had to deal with, which wasn't easy, you know, having games canceled, being sent home, the politics of everything, you know. And I think just the positivity he gave us every meeting was just a reflection of him and as a person and as a coach. That's not going to help us as football players, it's going to help us as people more.
How will we respond? That's going to show me and show all of us how tough we are. How are we going to respond?
We talked last night in our team meeting, and we said, great job, son.
I have the utmost respect for Coach Lake. I mean, I already had a level of respect with him as a DB coach, and then he comes in, you know, after Coach Pete, crazy good coach, and still like held this program together to its core values and everything. And then to come in and deal with, these unprecedented times with the pandemic and the political sides.
This is obviously an election year, and that was another big topic in our team meeting.
He didn't flinch in taking the opportunity to address these things, but he also didn't address it negatively, I guess. He embraced the opportunity to talk about Black Lives Matter. He embraced the opportunity to talk about voting. I don't think it's possible for any other coach to have pushed for their team to vote more than what Lake did. So it was my first time voting too, so I was just like, it was an experience for me, and then to have my head coach's support was unbelievable. So he has my respect in the way he's handled himself and this program through this crazy times, because I don't think I could have.
Good trend.
I think he did a tremendous job just juggling with everything that came his way. I know from a defensive coordinator and DB job to a head coach, it was probably a whole different world that he had to fight through and get used to. And I mean, I know his family and I know they backed him up, and I know that was probably something really big and beneficial for him. And I was just super excited at the way things turned out for him, because the man's a genius, he's a wizard, he's a football wizard, and this program is gonna be elite once he gets his gears going, once things run smoothly and COVID and all this, and it's just back to football, this UW program is going to skyrocket with Coach Lake.
Hey, let's get better today. Let's get better on 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
I think we have a young, talented, energetic, resilient team.
We work hard, we practice hard, we love football, we're passionate, and we're just going to continue to get better.